want to call it, I'm seeing you right now for the first time in this beautiful day. So I'm going to say good morning to you. Welcome to my kitchen, my little tiny kitchen in Queens where I make curry. I am Noor, a cookbook author, a chef, and somebody who loves to teach Indian cooking. So yes, I'm a culinary instructor, but I'm also a resident of Queens, which is my favorite place to live. And today we are making, ta-da, on special requests, so many requests on how to make this vegetable. It's called baby eggplants, and the dish that we're going to make today involves filling these with spices, with delectable spices, adding some potatoes for crunch, and creating a fantastic, simple lunch dish. So to get started, we are going to take, this is two medium Idaho potatoes that I've cut into the size of home fries, right? And this pan is super duper hot. There's something in there, which I'm not liking right now. What is that? I did put some oil in it. Yeah, so the first thing that goes in are actually these potatoes. This is a very, very simple dish to make, but it can be as complex as you want. I don't like to complicate anything in my life, so I just keep it very simple. Okay, we are going to add all of these potatoes and kind of create a bed for the eggplant that is going to join it later. Right? Okay. We won't be adding any spices at this time, but we will add just a tiny bit of salt. Hi Amy, how are you today? Welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen, the Curry Network. Okay, so I'm going to crank up the heat in there just so that it can get started. And I'm going to show you what we are going to do with these little eggplants. So the first step is to take these guys, and they all have a stem on top, and they have little green petal thingies. I don't know what the botanical term for it is, but it's like it's the head of the stem that goes here, right? So traditionally, when they're freshly picked, most people don't like to snip the stems, and they just have the stems sticking out, and they fry them alongside the potatoes just like that. But here I've noticed that a lot of times there are bugs under these petal thingies, right? So I always like to trim it off, and this is not edible anyway. So if it's just a cosmetic thing, then you know. So I definitely snip the stem off, and I like to check under here to see if there's no bugs, and I give it a really good rinse. After that, what I do is I cut them in an X shape, but I don't cut them all the way through. So I take a knife, I cut it this way. See, it's not going through, right? Just up to here. And somehow if you keep this head on, it prevents you from going all the way through. And then I give it a quick turn, and then I cut it this way as well. So what that does is it's creating a pocket for us to fill in the spices, right? So that's the prep that you do for all of these. Make sure you wash them really nicely and check the insides as well, because sometimes there might be little teeny tiny bugs, and you don't want to be eating that, right? Now for the filling, what goes on this dish? The first thing that definitely goes is salt. I have Himalayan pink salt, but you are free to use whichever kind you like. I'm going to say again what I say a million times. If you intend to eat it the next day and want to put it in the fridge, just don't use chemical salts or iodized salt, because it changes the taste of your food. When you use Himalayan pink salt or any kind of sea salt, it helps to preserve the taste of your food for longer. Okay, according to the recipe that my mom makes, she actually puts cayenne pepper. And I'm putting paprika because I just don't like heat in my food. I also have some freshly ground coriander powder and some turmeric, which I have mixed together. And I have a pinch of garam masala, which is the Indian allspice. If you have ordered the spice box from my website, you already have all these spices. Now there is nothing exotic about it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a supermarket ingredient that we all have access to. This is McCormick's curry powder, and I'm going to use that to make this dish. So no more making excuses that, hey, I don't live near an Indian supermarket, I don't have access to Indian supplies, ingredients. So how am I going to make this? Honey, you're going to make this, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so a lot of people also like to add some ground peanuts. They like to add some curry leaves. Some people like to make a mixture with dry coconut, garlic, ginger, onion. I like to do that, but only in the winter time. I don't like to layer up too many things into my dishes in the summer. I like to keep it simple. Also, I'm not looking to spend 100,000 hours in this kitchen on a hot day, right? Okay, so we are going to take all of these, and I'm telling you, your hands are your best friends. Give it a good mix. And how you will know the proportion of salt to the rest of the spices is that when you mix it, just take a pinch and put it to the tip of your tongue. And if it tastes as salty as it should be, then it's fine. So you'll know if the spices are overpowering it, or the salt is overpowering it, or is it just perfectly balanced. So give it a good mix so that it's homogenized, and then take a little pinch like that and put it on your finger, on your tip of your tongue. Okay, it's perfect. And I also added a little bit of salt to my potatoes because the starches will suck up the salt. So those are doing their thing. I hope you can see it. Oh, thank you, Patty. Yes, the colors are amazing, and they're all freshly ground. So, you know, if you haven't had a chance to order any of the Queen's Curry Kitchen spices, you should totally give it a try. They're very potent. They're very saturated. There are no fillers in it. So give it a shot. It's going to really change your cooking game. Alright, so how you go about it is you hold it like this and you spread it open. It's like feeding a bird. You know, imagine that this is a bird, like a baby bird, and you have to feed something in its beak. And then you take a pinch of this and you put it inside. I don't like to over season my eggplant, only because I feel that sometimes it can remain raw, and that's not a cool thing. And then you flip it and then you open it this way, right? So, and hold this tight. And then do the same thing right about here, as little or as much as you want, and just gently lower it into the bed of potatoes that you already created. Same thing, I'm going to do it right here in front of you. Filling in it, turning it, and then seasoning it again, putting it down there, filling it. So, you know, in large families where you have to make this for a lot of people, oftentimes the grandmothers used to sit there and do all this prep work. They used to be the prep cooks for all the moms who had to be in the kitchen for so many hours cooking for so many people. So I remember my grandma used to do these, and then her fingernails would be all yellow after that. Alright, so if you're doing this and your fingernails turn yellow, quick tip, just use some lemon juice and it's going to take away the yellowness from it. So if you need to nudge the potatoes around a little bit, you can. I've turned up the heat and I really need to work fast so that all the eggplants are going to be cooked evenly and they will have equal amount of time in the pan. So I'm really doing it quickly, but if you want me to slow down or something, you can definitely leave a comment below. As soon as the spices hit the pan, they start to bloom, and you can actually smell the coriander powder. And I've kept it really, really simple, but imagine like if you added more layers of flavors to this, and you had like fresh ginger, or you had sauteed garlic already going in with the oil and the potatoes. Imagine what a medley of aromas this would be, right? So basically you just layer them out like that. And this is my last one. So when you do it enough number of times, you'll kind of sort of be able to tell how much spice blend you need. Yes, it comes with experience. Or you can take one of my classes. I'll teach you exactly how much you need. Okay, so this was my last one going in, and then whatever leftover spices you have, just take it all and sprinkle it on top of the potatoes. Now we will keep the heat medium to high, and I will cover it so that they will steam in their own steam, with the oil touching the eggplant and also with the salt that is now within the eggplant. There will be a lot of moisture that will come out, and I will give it a quick cover so it will cook. On this side, let me just quickly show you what else is going on. So this is a complete lunch that I'm cooking. I have some pink lentils which are called masoor dal. and that's what I am making. So I'm gonna get ready to give it a good tempering. I boiled it in my Instapot with salt, turmeric, and asafoetida, and then I mashed it down with one of these potato mashers. I'm gonna give it a quick tempering, and of course I will be making some rotis. So that is my project for today. I will cover this and I will keep flipping it, and when they're almost done, I will hit it with about 1 teaspoon of tomato puree, or what you can also do is you can use something like this, which is kind of, it just gives it a nice kick. This is a chili garlic sauce, which is also called sambal olek, and you get it in all the Indonesian stores and the Asian supermarkets. Very easy to find. So you can actually hit it with a teaspoon of that. Just don't touch these too much and don't play around with these too much. Keep an eye on the potatoes because you don't want them to burn, and whenever you need to do anything, just go under. Okay, so you don't want them to disintegrate. Keep an eye on them. Just cover them, and I'll show you. See, the potatoes are already starting to blister a little bit. You see this? So yes, they're going to get the color and they'll be nice and crisp. I am going to add some turmeric to the potatoes because I feel like they need a little color, right? They're not Indian enough. Is there such a thing as too much turmeric? And I will add a little paprika so that the potatoes will look yummy delicious. And basically you can do this with any vegetable that can be stuffed. You can do this with red skin potatoes, the same technique that I did. You can do this with bitter gourd, which is called Karela. That's a very popular dish. Okay, so I just flipped this eggplant to show you how it's starting to soften. Do you see this? And the good thing is when you stuff it from the bottom up, and notice that it has an egg shape, right? It's an oval. It's not a perfect round. So there is a fatter part at the bottom, which is wider, and then there's a narrow part, which is on top. So when you start stuffing it from the bottom part and cut it open, it's easier and faster to cook. If you cut it from the top and start stuffing the bottom, then oftentimes you have a lump of unseasoned eggplant that comes in your mouth from the bottom of it, which is really not a very welcoming experience, if you ask me, especially relating to something which is already mushy, right? Now, you can add some ground peanuts to this, roasted peanuts that you can grind fine, and that adds a nice textural contrast. So, you know, play with it, make it the basic way a couple of times, and then when you become pro at it, you can always go back and try different variations. So my rotis are calling me and I have to get tempering with the dal, but I would like to thank you for joining me. I think there is a comment, so I would like to take this comment. Kathy says, Safeway, Asian specialty markets, or whole food organic markets and farmers markets. Yes, you will be able to get pretty much these ingredients there. You'll also be able to get the chili sauce, the chili garlic sauce. It's very readily available. So you know what, don't shy away, make it your own. And if you feel like you want to do it the Italian way, like who's gonna stop you? Put olive oil, put garlic, put some lemon juice. There's no right or wrong, just make it your own, right? Imagine these little eggplants stuffed with I don't know, tomato basil sauce and some garlic powder. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh my god, yeah, that would be nice. Maybe I should try it one of these days. See, that's what happens when you live in Queens. You're exposed to so many different cultures and so many different culinary practices that you just know the flavor profile, and then you're able to be like, oh, it doesn't have to be made the same way every time. I could do something completely different, right? If you want to give it a Mexican twist, put taco seasoning in the filling. It doesn't matter, nobody's checking. And then put some corn kernels, maybe put some bell peppers. Sky's the limit, right? So how creative are you? Let's see. If you decide to give this a try, definitely let me know. And then also when you make any of the dishes that you see in my videos, if you tag me on Instagram or Facebook, I would absolutely love that. Oh, and by the way, if you have not followed me on Instagram, then you're missing out the opportunity to get the handmade coasters. So there is a free giveaway. There is a set of 2 coasters that is going out this month for every person that follows me on Instagram and tags a friend. So, you know, don't be left out. It's Queen's Curry Kitchen. That's my handle on Instagram. And if you want to check out any of the classes, all the links are in the bio. The website is www.queenscurrykitchen.com. Be blissful, be flavorful, always be creative with your food. Live like a king, but always eat like you live in Queens. Mwah! Until next time, I will see you. I have to get these guys going and I have to make my rotis, but you know what, Drop in the comments below what else you would like to see in one of my upcoming videos, because sometimes I run out of ideas. Yeah, it's true. So it would be a huge help if you could share what else you'd like to see, any curry Q&As that you have, or any questions or any mistakes that you think you're making with your Indian food. I would love to help you out there. Teresa McBain saying, yes, these are great ideas. That's my middle name, Nupur Idea Aurora. So, you know, if you live in Queens, I think your palate expands, and the way you think about food expands. Your possibilities of exploring flavors really comes in handy, and you develop it over a period of time. So, you know, give this a try. Maybe you want to put, I don't know, something else on it. You want to put a Middle Eastern spin on it. So put garlic and put tomatoes and put green peppers. But tag me, let me know what you did with it, okay? And yes, there are more books coming up. There are ebooks coming up on plant-based eating. There is a one-day vegan challenge coming up, so stay tuned to this page. If you're not already following and liking this page, you are going to miss out on all of that. So I will be doing a vegan for a day or plant-based for a day, one-day challenge, and I will give you a menu. I will give you the recipes. It's totally free, free.com. Yes, free. And it's just a fun challenge to see if you can survive without chicken or meat or fish for a day, and it's kind of nice. And then if you like it, you can do one more and one more. So yes, don't forget to stay tuned to this page. Follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to tag your friends so you can enter to win those beautifully handmade decoupage coasters. It should be in my story. So yes, it's going to be absolutely plant-based, Patty. I got you, honey. I know what you're talking about. The struggle is real, but I will give you recipes. I will give you a menu for the day, and you'll see how easy it is. Okay, so be with me. I love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. You're the reason why I come and stand here every day. Nothing motivates me better than coming here and spending my time with you. So thanks from the bottom of my heart. Be blessed, and you know, have a wonderful, productive day. Be kind to each other. I will see you again in the next one. Before I go, let me give you a quick glance into what they're looking like. You see they're changing color, and all the potatoes are kind of crisping up. Look at that. So when you add the turmeric and the paprika, you see how they're nice and crusty brown? Okay, so you know, I'm going to cover these so they'll cook faster. And if you feel like it's burning or drying up, you can just add a couple of tablespoons of water and get it going that way. Okay, like always, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate your love and support. Jayashri, hi! I was just zipping out and you're coming in, but you know, catch the replay. We made Aloo Baingan today the simplest way possible. I will catch you in the next one. Be blissful, be flavorful, and don't forget to log on to queenscurrykitchen.com. Mwah! Have a lovely day.